So guys, before I start this video, I just wanted to say I am working on the Ghosts of Meridian review. For some of you guys who are asking me, the review is currently underway. I actually have a cold, so I took some cold medicine. My voice has cleared up a little bit, so I'm going to be recording this video because I hope it's okay with you guys. I just need to rant a little bit, alright? I need to get something off my chest. You know, this has been kind of I've been bottling this up for a little while now. It's a problem I've noticed, but I've kept to myself because I was hoping it would get fixed, and now it's kind of like, you know, things are getting a little bit out of control, and so I feel like, you know, is it okay if I just rant for a little bit? I'm just going to do that. So, I want to rant about how broken Halo 5 is becoming. Now, I understand that I'm in a very special position. I own all of the rec items in the game. I have every stance, every piece of armor, every rec certification, everything that you can earn in Halo 5. I have it. And I know that not a lot of people do, and for a lot of people, they might not even notice this problem, but for me, who owns everything in the game, Halo 5 is starting to become the same level of the Master Chief Collection in terms of quality and stability with each new update. Now, when Halo 5 released at launch, it worked. I mean, obviously the theater mode was completely busted and still is broken to this day, but it worked. The game worked. It had little to no performance problems. The game ran at a silky smooth 60 frames per second. The UI, as bad and disorganized as it was, it did not, you know, glitch or lag or anything. It worked. But as time goes on, as they update the game every month, I'm noticing that the game is starting to dip in quality. The game is starting to become unstable. Currently, whenever I jump onto Halo 5, I have to wait 3 minutes before I can access any of my rec items, and if I jump into Warzone during that 3-minute time period, I can't access the rec station during the entire match. And then that problem will linger past, so I literally have to sit at the main menu for 3 minutes, as it says retrieving data, before I can actually officially play the game. Or if I do that, if I try playing the game, I have to restart it because that bug will permanently break the game until I close it. So that's incredibly frustrating. And then on top of that, from what I've heard actually from the Griffball community, the recent update broke custom games. I actually noticed when I was streaming, we were having a community game night, and I was streaming some custom games with people, and I, you know, set a certain speed, I set a certain jump height, I set unlimited ammo, and none of that worked. None of it worked. The custom games completely ignored all that, and so we were all just running around with our regular Spartan settings, and so that was incredibly frustrating to deal with, and according to the Griffball community, it's even worse than what I expected. They've had to cancel a tournament because of how broken the recent update made custom games. And then also, I noticed this problem about 2 months ago. It was actually around the, I want to say it was right after the Forge update. It was around the Infinity's Armory update, where I noticed that in Warzone, hitches began happening. Whenever I tried to access a new rec item that I haven't used in quite some time from the UI station, or the rec, you know, Warzone station, or if somebody on the battlefield somewhere picked up a rec they haven't used in a while, the game would freeze for like a second, you know, and then it would continue playing as normal. And, you know, maybe that's not even the cause. Maybe it just freezes randomly. But whatever, you know, the cause isn't important right now. Warzone will randomly freeze for me for just a second, and it is becoming frustrating. It is happening so frequently, and with each update, these hitches and these freezes only get worse. In fact, just today, I lost a Prophet's Bane because I spawned with it, I was about to kill a guy, and the screen froze. And then when it was unfrozen, I was dead. And the guy who killed me had my Prophet's Bane. So yeah, that was pretty annoying. And this problem is only getting worse. The UI is getting even more sluggish for me, even more just unbroken, unpolished. I've actually had a crash to desktop, which rarely happens for Halo 5 for me. The game has actually crashed to desktop, similar to the Master Chief Collection. The only other game I can think besides the Master Chief Collection to do that was actually Battlefield 4 at launch. Halo 5 is crashing for me, and from what I've heard, it's happening to a lot of other people who have lots of rec items. Let's not even count the fact that the theater mode remains unusable. It is flat out unusable. I can't use it anymore. I stopped using it because, you know what, at launch, it was unstable. It was not, accurate at all. I'd be shooting the wall and then someone next to the wall would die in the theater mode. It was very inaccurate as to what actually happened in the game. But you know what? It was fine. It worked, at least. I'm using the term worked loosely because it definitely did not work, but it at least played back footage of something. It certainly wasn't accurate footage of the game I just had, but at least it was footage. Now, the theater mode just flat out doesn't work. I'll join a game, and not only will it change my gamertag, it'll change my armor and skin of my weapon. Sometimes this has happened quite frequently, it'll just play the wrong clip. Clips I don't have. It'll play clips from somebody else's game. That's nuts that the theater mode is so bad. And I know personally, if I was in charge of Halo 5, if I was the person managing the Halo 5 project, I would feel embarrassed. I would feel humiliated that this game is starting to decline in terms of quality. The game not only takes up a whopping 80 gigabytes of data on my Xbox One, but it's also broken. It gets worse with each new update. New bugs are added to the game, new UI problems are added to the game, new performance issues just surface everywhere. In fact, the mission enemy lines, currently if Covenant are using turrets for me, I can't kill them. I have to go up and hijack the turret or assassinate them out of the turret. I don't know why that's a bug in the campaign, but do you guys get what I'm saying? As someone who collects, the wrecks in the game, as someone who has earned everything in the game, I am being punished for that with an unstable game. And I'm actually dreading each new update because I'm thinking, no, please, the game's only going to get bigger and heavier and more unstable. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if by summer, once all the monthly updates are out, that the game is almost at 100 gigabytes and it will just crash for me. Halo 5 comes across as a very sloppy product. Little to no effort was put into the UI, and it's very clear. These updates are clearly being rushed out the door with little to no testing involved. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if at 343 Industries there is a lot of, don't worry about it, we'll fix it later. Okay, that's a little bit harsh, but there's a term that developers use for bugs that need to be fixed ASAP and bugs that can, just leave it, it's fine. And I forgot the term that's used, I forgot the exact word that they use to describe bugs that are, don't worry about it, it's fine. But I have a feeling when Halo 5 was being developed, that word was used a lot, because Halo 5 is very unpolished. From, the jitters and the jerkiness of the Warzone cutscenes, the way the Pelicans fly into the map and you can see them slowing down, then speeding up, or just straight up cutting in mid-flight, to the hitches that I'm getting during the Warzone matches, to the bugginess of the UI, to the way my Spartan will randomly freeze, when I'm turning him while I'm looking at my armor in the menu. Just overall, this game, there is a shocking and unbelievable lack of polish for a AAA game. And I don't know what's going on, over at 343 and Microsoft when it comes to Halo 5. I don't know why little to no care is being put into the state of this game, but it is getting worse and worse, and it's beginning to really infuriate me and impact how I enjoy the game. I love Halo 5. I like it. Is the campaign, you know, just a complete letdown? For me personally, yeah, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying the multiplayer, the tight gameplay and balance of the multiplayer, and the fact that Warzone is actually great now. Warzone at launch, I think, had a few problems, and it was a little bit unfocused as to what it wanted to be, but with each update, they add new things to Warzone, new balancing tweaks, and now Warzone is a ton of fun to play, and it also helps that they've recently kind of lifted some of the skill-based matchmaking restrictions of Warzone, so now it's a more casual experience. I feel myself being partnered with better and better players more frequently. And Warzone as a whole, I'm loving. The arena, I'm loving. And the fact that arena is starting to get more and more maps, and it's starting to become, you know, more diverse. I'm not playing the same map over and over again like I was at launch. Overall, Halo 5 is becoming a more enjoyable experience. But God, like these bugs, the broken, just completely broken theater mode, the game-breaking UI, all of these performance problems that are starting to come with each new update. Like, guys, I don't know how much longer I can take this. Shit needs to be fixed now, and it's starting to piss me off that it's just being ignored. So what do you guys think? Do you completely agree with me? And thank you so much for hearing this rant. You know, I just needed to get it out there, and I feel like on, you know, this YouTube space, I feel like this is a good place to kind of rant and stuff. But, you know, also remember, I have a cold, I'm in a bad mood, I'm not feeling well, so that may be impacting a lot of how I feel right now. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me that this just abysmal lack of polish for Halo 5 is completely embarrassing for a AAA game that is the face of the Xbox One? Let me know in the comments section, and guys, I definitely recommend you to constantly tweet, Facebook, talk about how Halo 5 is becoming unstable. Pressure 343, you know, tweet at Bravo. I know I'm going to start harassing Bravo to, you know, relay over to the multiplayer and the UI team to get to work fixing this shit ASAP. Like, just talk to me in the comments section, and I'm sorry there's no clip of the day today. I'm too sick right now to be able to get one for you guys, so I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll be feeling better in the next few days. Please share this video around. Please pressure 343 to take better care of Halo 5, and just take care of yourselves, guys.